Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Indonesia's Electoral Act may be breached by political parties. SEDELPA leader reminds supporters of their power. And former governor says political criticism should be no more.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
There is a possibility that certain campaign billboards placed at different locations may be in breach of the Electoral Act. During a press conference, the Fiji Roads Authority confirmed that at least 11 campaign billboards have been placed on road reserves. Pranita Prakash with the details.
The Fiji Roads Authority had notified the Fijian Elections Office about campaign billboards being placed on road reserves.
We identify them with photographs, send it through to the Electoral Office, and we've been asked to do something with those.
FRA has alerted the Fijian Elections Office as part of its routine road inspection that there are billboards that we need to consider and respond to them in relation to the approval that we had earlier granted.
Supervisor of Elections Mohammad Sanim says certain campaign billboards placed without any approval may be in breach of the Electoral Act.
I'd like to confirm that out of the 11, we have found that there is a possibility 5 of them may be in breach of the Electoral Act.
Sanim says they will be writing to political parties to remove their campaign billboards. He says if these billboards are not removed, the matter will be reported to FICAC. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Sitiveni Rambuka told their supporters that come 14th of this month, they have the power to change the government of this nation. Speaking during a rally in Lautoka today, Rambuka urged around 500 people to head to the polls and exercise their civic duty and vote for people who are worthy of representing each and everyone. Philippa Naikaso has more.
We are ready.
SEDELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka told supporters gathered that the party will listen to all Fijians and not dictate.
We are telling you what we have to do, what we will do. You have the benefit of seeing what these people in government have done. And that is also our advantage. Most of the things they do, you do not like. So the power to change it is in your hands.
The party says they understand what ordinary Fijians are going through.
We have the experts, we have the economists, the lawyers, the accountants. We have all of that in our party. We bring that to you, citizens of our country. Choose SEDELPA. We are the change. NFP says change is coming. SEDELPA says change is already here.
We are at the crossroads. The decision is yours as to how we will navigate our journey as a country, as a nation, in the next 4 years.
It was also an opportunity for the Lautoka party supporters to meet the leader and some of the candidates. Philippa Naikaso, FBC News.
People have had enough of political criticism, and it's about time we show that we are leaders. While speaking during the Unity Fiji rally in Suva today, party leader Savinatha Narumbe says now is not the time to accuse, point fingers and blame other political parties as we are 1 week away from election. Narumbe says parties need to prove themselves that they are worth of leading this country to a better place. Senyani Boiler reports.
With 10 days away from election, the Unity Fiji party is determined to move the country forward rather than talking about other political parties.
Enough of calling names. Enough of telling people that they are saying lies. I think it's time for leaders of this country to stand up and to show everyone that they are leaders. Criticize. I think that's, people have had enough of that. That's enough.
Narumbe says the current economy is growing because of its debt and this will not last.
It is going to destroy us. it is going to plummet us in that cliff, the financial cliff that we are predicting. We must change that. We must change that law before we hit that cliff.
Unity Fiji candidate Dildar Shah says Unity Fiji has the ingredient that Fiji needs to get the country back on track.
Our leader is one of the most experienced finance administrators in the world. Fiji needs somebody at this juncture who can manage your finances. You are really moving down the cliff.
A total of 29 candidates under the Unity Fiji banner will stand in the 2018 general election. Sainyani Mboila, FBC News.
With the election dates announced, preparations and campaigns underway, many political parties are using social media to campaign. Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission Director Ashwin Raj says, as a result, some politicians are also blocking those Fijians from their pages and forums who are raising their concerns on certain policies provided by them. Raj says by blocking them, these politicians are proving that they do not have answers to policies they themselves are promising.
And yet these are some of the politicians who want to have more freedom of expression. They want to make this country free again. So, you know, on the one hand, you're campaigning for more free expression and all of that. On the other hand, here you are actively blocking people who are not inciting and incriminating on racial or religious lines, but asking legitimate questions about minimum wage and so on and so forth. Why are you censoring them out? Why are you blocking them?
Still to come, MOG expects more observers in coming days. And Tavua gets free Wi-Fi. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Gua Dr. Meli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
With just a little over a week left until polling day, the Multinational Observer Group is expecting more people to join them in the coming days. The MOG coordinator says once the rest of their team arrives, they will send people out when pre-polling begins on Monday. Anna Ravula reports.
The Multinational Observer Group in previous weeks have deployed their observers to over 50 different communities across 4 divisions.
These deployments have allowed us to hear from communities their perspectives on the election and to assess the FEO's level of preparedness to conduct the election. Our teams have visited hospitals and prisons. These are institutions where voters may face challenges.
Morgue has more work ahead of them with polling day drawing near.
And over this weekend, we are observing the presiding officers at area and divisional offices, checking the sensitive materials required for pre-poll voting. We have also observed a range of training and FEO engagement with the public, including the training of electoral staff who will be working in polling stations around the country, as well as voter information sessions across the country in settlements, villages and urban areas.
The morgue has been having meetings with various stakeholders in all political parties to see how best they can assist the Fijian Elections Office. Meanwhile, pre-polling begins next Monday. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
The 3rd Battalion Fiji Infantry Regiment has completed a 3-week military exercise named Exercise Victoria Cross in Vanuatu. The exercise, designed to lift the operational readiness of the 3 FIR, started on the 14th of October and involved the use of various weapons. Eleanor Trangavu has more.
With the main objective of upskilling all 3 FIR members, Exercise Victoria Cross has been hailed a show of stability for the Fiji military forces.
Stability in the sense that it provides the leadership within the RFMF the much required capability to assure the public, assure the people of this country that the RFMF has a capable capability that is readily postured to meet any contingency.
The training objectives include enhancing military skills in jungle operations, which was conducted in Wenunumbua, urban operations in Savu and peacekeeping operations in Lambasa. A live firing exercise was also conducted at the Numbu firing range in Madwata.
You notice the various weapons they use, so it's just converting the weapon system into various scenarios that we feel the country may face in terms of a security issue, a security problem.
Commanding Officer 3 FIR Lieutenant Colonel Penyon Inaliba says the exercise is purely a military activity.
This exercise was not done for the elections. It was done purely for 3 FIR. It was planned way before election date had come out, and it has no relation to the election.
22 women were also part of the 3-week exercise, some of them from the Fiji police force.
All the military exercise they've given, we're able to overcome it, and we learn a lot. And myself, my experience, patience was one of the main things I've learned.
This is the first time this annual exercise was conducted in Bonolevo. Eleanor Turangaiwiu, FBC News.
Fiji's daylight savings period will begin from tomorrow. Fijians are to wind their clocks forward from 2 to 3 a.m. and daylight savings will end at 3 a.m. on Sunday, 13th January next year. The National Fire Authority walked away victorious with the 2018 Today FM Stiletto Relay Race title for Cancer Today. Many Fijians and various corporates turned up at Suva's Albert Park to witness a fun initiative aimed at raising funds for those diagnosed with a killer disease. NFA representative Epeli Balavu says he was proven otherwise when it came to running in heels, as it was a challenge.
We just got to know about this competition just yesterday, so I'm speechless. I'm out of words. Just thankful. We're overexcited. Yeah. Overall feeling is excitement.
Each corporate team donated $400 for their teams to be participating today as well. Also, our listeners as well showed up, and it was up to all our listeners and the public as well as to how much they wanted to donate. But we thank each and everyone as well for the donations that poured in during the races as well.
Fijians living in Tavua will now be able to access complimentary internet with the launch of Walisi's free Wi-Fi today. Walisi board member Isaac Lal says people living in Tavua will now be able to log onto the Walisi platform to register their details and enjoy 60 minutes of free internet. Lal adds that this is the 11th site for the digital initiative, which has also been filtered to block any adverse content.
Through the Wi-Fi initiative, the government aims to empower youth by providing an enabling environment for learning, by providing safe zones for youth to congregate and share ideas, by providing increased internet access and access to e-government services.
Ahead in sports tonight, Tomasi Dama plans for Oceania Sevens next weekend. And Prasad wins Silver Marathon 10-kilometer race. Details after the break.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Yeni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Fijian-born and New Zealand Sevens assistant coach Tomasi Dama says the Oceania Sevens Championship next week will be their testing ground before the 2018-2019 World Sevens Series begins. Dama and former New Zealand Sevens captain DJ Forbes are in the country to be part of the Accor Hotel's Race to Survive Fiji Cure Kids 2018 event in Nadi. Melita Vanga reports.
Like any other team, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist New Zealand Sevens side is eager to showcase its skills in the Oceania Sevens next weekend.
Always going to be competitive, and obviously this time of the year, other teams are doing their prep and pre-season and what they need to work on moving into the season. But we've been preparing at home, obviously in New Zealand, and it'll be good to come here next week, playing the Oceania Sevens and get a bit of some sore body before the World Series starts.
Despite the team's preparations in the championship in Suva, Thama managed to make it into the country to give back to the community.
Obviously, we've got camp this week, and I asked New Zealand Rugby if I can be here for this, and obviously growing up here, and I sort of understand how we live here and what's the needs.
Meanwhile, DJ Forbes expressed his dedication and commitment in the All Blacks 7 side.
For me now, I'm trying to get into coaching, so I'm trying to, I guess, help probably more of the developing nations to try and catch up to everyone else. But my heart's always going to be with the All Blacks.
The Oceania Sevens Championship begins next Friday and ends Saturday at Suva's ANZ Stadium. Melita Wanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji and Nico Matawalu came on as an early replacement to score a stunning hat-trick for Glasgow and inspire a bonus point victory 29-20 over Ospreys in the Pro 14 Conference A rugby competition. Wing Matawalu replaced Jackson after 3 minutes and crossed for 3 tries as the Warriors extended their Conference A lead to 9 points. Meanwhile, former Fiji Airways Sevens rep William Mata scored 2 tries for Edinburgh as they beat the Scarlets 31-21. Mata was awarded the man of the match. Vodafone Fiji Mbati winger Aquila Uwate has signed a 3-year deal with Huddersfield Giants. Fiji rep Rajeshwar Prasad finished first in the Suva Marathon 10-kilometre race this morning in the men's senior category. The 28-year-old ran a time of 38 minutes in a warm condition along the Nasese coastline. Melita Vanga reports.
Waking up early to be part of the last marathon event of 2018 was something Rajeshwar Prasad was looking forward to.
There was not much of the competition, but there's still in Fiji the good runners. And I think they are busy these days, so they couldn't make it. But looking forward for better competition next time. It's amazing, but not happy with my time. I still have to improve a lot.
Prasad says he will not stop here as he's eyeing a spot in the national team for next year's Pacific Games in Samoa.
To improve on my time to qualify for Fiji teams, so just working on to do that. So just preparing well for my next trial.
Meanwhile, Suva Marathon Club President Gina Hong Lee was overwhelmed with participants' turnout.
So this was our last event. We wanted this to be our just before the end of the year, and we thought that it would be good to just still have some interest, some competitive running, timed running, as we lead into next year's marathon.
More than 60 runners from all walks of life participated in the Suva Marathon at the Suva Bowling Club this morning. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Connections of fringe Melbourne Cup candidates are a step closer to the starting field, with Darren Weir's former Japanese galloper Tosan Basil not expected to be a final acceptor. Basil produced a lackluster piece of work yesterday morning, and it is understood he will not take his place in next Tuesday's Melbourne Cup. However, local punters will closely monitor the last race tonight, as they will have a fair idea on which horses to place their bet on.
At the moment, it's a bit hard to say, because once the final field is declared, then only we can say which horse is the favourite horse, and then only we can tell the public is how many international horses are running, because there's a lot of international horses at the moment.
The All Blacks frontliners is already in England as they prepare to take on the home side next weekend, and the pressure is really mounting on head coach Eddie Jones to produce some results this month. In today's weather, a strong wind warning still remains in force for land areas of the Yasawa Group, southwest Viti Levu, Kandavu and nearby smaller islands, the Lau and Lomai Viti Group and the northern parts of Viti Levu. We take a look at the west. It was a beautiful day in all areas with temperatures in the 30s. And eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, cloudy and humid conditions with occasional rain was experienced. And up north, periods of rain, and it was mostly cloudy. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots and up to 30 knots through the passages. Rough to very rough seas, moderate southerly swells. Now for the tides, the next high tide is at 8:17 p.m. with low tide at 2:42 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:26 a.m. As for tomorrow, there will be periods of rain, heavy at times, and few thunderstorms over Vanuatu, Taveuni and nearby smaller islands, the Lau and the Lumai Viti group, the Asawa group and the eastern half of Viti Levu. And as we look further on to Monday, it should be fine, apart from a few brief showers over the eastern part and interior of the larger islands, and elsewhere should be fine as well. Recapping the main stories, Electoral Act may be breached by political parties. Sadelpa leader reminds supporters of their power, and former governor says political criticism should be no more. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should more focus be put on local players following the Fiji Drewers NRC win? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Before we go, a kind reminder that daylight saving starts tomorrow, so wind your clocks forward by an hour. Good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.